so today I said I'm going to share 8 very basic, fundamental, and important boundaries that you need to know about. You need to know about them. You see, I'm sharing this because there are people who get into relationships and lack the will to stand for what they want. Some don't even know what they want. Some are afraid to communicate what they want. Some feel like they will no longer be accepted if they stand for what they want. They fear that they would lose that relationship, and then they just tend to accept any and everything, even the things that don't work for them, even the things that they don't like. Listen to me, if you're in a relationship with someone, that person is not doing you a favor by being in a relationship with you. You need to establish this. Unless you have accepted to yourself that you are the less privileged one, and then this person has come into your life to turn your life around, then you can agree to be a stooge or to just be a yes man or to just be a house girl or a house boy in that relationship. But if not, no one is doing you a favor by getting a relationship with you. You also have value in yourself and you are bringing value to the table. I hope that's clear enough. You have value in yourself. You need to know this. You need to settle this deep within. You have value in yourself and you are bringing value to the table. So let me say it again. No one is doing you a favor by getting in a relationship with you. You say, since I met this man, he just turned my life around. He has been buying clothes for me. He gives me money. Oh, you give me money when I'm in need. If that's what you're experiencing or that's what you want to run your life like, just know that you are setting up yourself for an abusive relationship, because at the end of the day, you will have no say, you will have no voice in that relationship. All right? So, no one is doing you a favor by getting a relationship with you. You also must be convinced of the value you are to yourself and the value you bring into anybody's life. You see why your self-concept is very important. Very important. If not, you just be there thinking that, as useless as I am, as terrible as I am, as poor, as wretched as I am so lucky that this person decided to love me. Thank God. I'm lucky. Let me do everything I have to preserve this relationship. That's why people are abused in relationships and they still stay sometimes, because they feel like the definition of their worth or their lives will be next to nothing if they are not with that person. I am value, yes, and I have value in myself. And I'm bringing value to the table. Thank you guys for re-echoing that. So very quickly, I will try to be fast because I want to see if I can, as I touch the points, also take some examples. All right, and I'll appreciate if you have some examples, you can drop them in the comments as we go on. So the first boundary I'll be speaking about is physical boundaries. In a relationship, there should be physical boundaries, and I'll explain what I mean. Okay. Now, don't forget that we said something earlier last week that these boundaries we speak about first exist for you. Okay, based on your value system, based on what is acceptable to you or not. Okay, so these are things that it's not because you're in a relationship. This is a value system you have. Whether you're in a relationship with person A or with person B, it is what obtains. Do you understand? Now, your physical boundary simply speaks about your right to your personal space and to your body. Physical boundaries speak about your right to your personal space and to your body. Some people don't know that there's something called personal space. They want to talk to you. They walk so close to you. They're almost entering into your face, trying to enter your mouth. What are you saying? Okay, shift back and talk from there. For goodness sake. And if you're unlucky now, that person carry about .com. Do you understand? They'll just be harassing you unnecessarily. Learn to maintain personal space. Stand apart and talk. Do you understand? So in your relationship, you also have a personal space. And it is for whatever you are comfortable with. If you don't want your partner unnecessarily close to you, the person needs to understand that, hey, at this level of the relationship, please stay apart. Don't get too close. I met you yesterday, and today you're already forming huggy, and you want to enter inside. But hey, calm down. Do you understand? So you have a right to your personal space and to your body. If you don't want to be touched somehow, clear the person once. We said it last week. State it clearly and early. You meet somebody the first day, they're trying to hug you and their hands are going to your waist and to your bum. Hit that hand away and say, please, I don't tolerate that. It's not a mistake. The guy knows what he's doing. I've told you guys before that many guys will check your permission level. They will check, okay, what's acceptable. Let's see. Okay, try the hug. They hold you tight. They see how you vibe. Do you understand? The next day they try to go the next level, So they're seeing what is acceptable and what's not acceptable. What you don't like, communicate it clearly and early. All right, you have a right to your physical space. All right, please don't sit this close to me. I'm not comfortable. Can you shift a bit? Please just adjust a bit. Do you understand? Some people want to talk to you and they don't want to press you into the wall. What kind of private gist is that one? If it's too private, send me an email or send me WhatsApp chat or send me voice note. I will listen to it with my earpiece so that nobody will hear it. All right, but don't come and invade my private space. You need to know what obtains for you as your private space. And in your relationship, take note, you need to be clear about what your private space is, your physical boundaries. All right. Some people just come and before you know, they are just touching you and holding you anyhow. You need to tell them, hey, please stop it. Could you stop this? I don't appreciate being held like this do you understand? You need to just communicate it. It's guys and girls alike. Oh, you meet somebody today and they're already, oh, my love, my dear. Before you know, they're throwing hugs and some ladies don't even know how to hug. They'll just carry full front and dash you. Come on. Hey, take it easy. Go back a little bit. Come on, physical space. All right. So you need to learn to communicate it. Oh yeah, you need to learn to communicate it. All right. So let me give a few more examples of your physical space. You have a right to determine that you would not allow certain kinds of visitors in your house. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't allow guys at my place. If you want us to see, we could meet somewhere. We could meet at the park. We could meet in church. We could meet at an eatery. We could meet at the cinema. But come to my house, oh no, I'm sorry. Oh no, I don't visit guys at home. That's part of your personal space, part of your personal privacy, your personal boundaries. I don't visit guys at home. I don't visit ladies at home. You want us to see, let us meet somewhere in public. Oh, I don't. So you need to be clear about these things. Okay? You have a right to choose where you go and where you don't go. All right? Somebody wants to pay you a visit and says, okay, I'll just stop by 9 p.m. You tell him, no, I don't take guys in my place by 9 p.m. No, as a matter of fact, from 6 p.m., I don't take any visitors at all. You can determine that. People just live their lives like anything goes rather. Like they're not in charge of their lives. Like they are the mercy of every other person. You have a right to choose that. See, I don't take visitors from social time. This is me time. This is the time I have to reflect. This is the time I have to read. This is the time I have to plan. This is the time I have to read my Bible, to pray, to think about my life. I don't take visitors at this time. And I don't visit people at this time too. It's part of your physical boundaries. All right. I don't hold hands in public. I don't like PDA. Leave me. I must not like it. Don't use me to show that you have girlfriend. I don't want, or that you have boyfriend. The Valentine period is coming now. Some people will be looking for public love everywhere to prove a point. Stick to your physical boundaries. Please, no. When we're out, maintain your distance. Don't hold me like I'm your girlfriend. Some people, once they see their ex or they see an old friend and they are with a member of the opposite gender, they now want to show that, oh, see my babe. And then you start wondering why they're all clingy around you and forming all romantic. You don't even know that they're trying to pass a point to somebody. Please, all right, maintain your physical boundaries. All right. I don't want to hold hands. I don't want to cuddle. I don't want to do PDA. You have a right to do that, to say that, to decide that. You have a right to determine what time you don't want to bring people home. You have a right to say, don't discuss my matter with any random third party, for goodness sake. I mean, I meet you today and tomorrow all your friends are already hailing me, our wife, and you're wondering, what's all this nonsense? Don't invade my privacy. Don't force me on you. I haven't told you yes yet. Can you just wait a bit? Do you understand? Let me move on for time's sake. Let me see. Okay. So that was for physical boundaries. All right. I said you have a right to your physical space, your personal space, and to your body. It belongs to you. You have a right to protect it. You have a right to determine how you want to be touched, how you don't want to be touched, how close someone should come to you, and the distance you want to maintain from them. When you want to go out, where you want to go to, you have a right to determine that. Okay, so let me move on to the next one. Now, the next boundary you need to very clearly define is your sexual boundaries. Now, don't forget that if your values are clear about certain things, it won't be hard to communicate. And when your values are clear about certain things, it is easier to know what kind of person you will be in a relationship with. Because you won't go and take somebody whose values are completely averse from yours. You would only consider for a relationship someone whose values are almost like yours or same as yours, or whose values you can relate with. So if you're saying that my sexual boundaries, for example, includes the fact that I don't want any kissing in this relationship, I don't want to be smushed in this relationship, and it's definitely a no-sex relationship. You can't say that those are your value systems, and then the person you are tripping for or you are accepting into your life is the person who is the guy man of the block, whom every girl knows that this guy goes after everything on skirts. You say that is your boyfriend, but don't touch me. What exactly is wrong with you? Can't you see that your value systems are completely different? Somebody that from the first day he's discussing with you, all he's telling you of is the different kinds of positions he wants to put you in and what he can do to you in 70 positions in 70 minutes. I'll be able to talk that thing. Do you understand? This is all that this guy is telling you about. Oh, your boobs, your buttocks. He's telling you just about your body, the things he wants to do to you. And you say, but no, please, I don't want. No. What are you doing there in the first place? I hope you guys understand me. I forgot to start the recording on the audio, so let me just do that now. Okay, let me do it very quick. I'll try to backtrack a bit so that the audio can capture that. So I talked about the first two boundaries. The first one I said is your physical boundaries. Okay, you have a right to your body, to your physical space. You can determine what you want, what time you want to see somebody, what time you don't want to see them, who you allow into your space, who you don't allow, you can determine that. And then the second point I'm talking about now is sexual boundaries. And I said that your values, all right, should determine the kind of people you bring close. Sexual boundaries simply explains what sexual acts or what your disposition is to sex and to matters of sex. So it might not be outright sex. It might be somebody just wants to be cozy with you and just cuddle and just, smooch and kiss and all. And you don't want it. You have to make it clear. Oh, God, no, I don't want it. Hello, girl, I don't want that. I don't want that in this relationship. Okay, and you need to communicate it early, so you will start seeing the vibes. You'll start seeing the body language. Listen to me. If sometimes I just a lot of people deceive themselves, and it pains me when I talk with such people, because they tell you, I didn't know that that's what he had in his mind. So why did you go to his house, and why did you go there late? Why did you sleep over? What did you think will happen when you in the night? You people will be watching news or watching Super Story or what? Say, I did not know he's that kind of person. I sincerely, I did not expect such from him. You're not serious. You are going to man's house to sleep. You say you did not expect such. What exactly were you down expecting? All right. And then perhaps you're a guy and it's a girl who's mounting pressure. I want to come over. I want to sleep over at your place. What do you think is going to happen that she's coming to sleep over here? And by the way, see, before, you think it's guys that used to disturb ladies. A lot of ladies now pressurize guys. They want to come over. They want to sleep over at your place. They want to wear your clothes. They want to live with you. They submit their life to you. They have donated their bodies to you. Okay? So it's not just guys who run after girls. There's some girls are the ones who will come after you so seriously. Some will come to your house without notice. They will show up and plan to sleep over. My God, I remember severally in school. Then sometimes, hey, I'll tell him, hey, come and be going. Guys, come and be going. How do you just show up and expect that you come and sleep over? No, I'm not. No. Please, get up and move. It's part of your physical boundaries. It's part of your sexual boundaries. You have to be aware and you have to know what you don't want to do in that relationship and make it clear. All right? So please, from the beginning, when you guys start loving up on each other and when you guys start getting all cozy, hey, let Oga know, let Auntie, let the babe know that, this is what I think about this relationship. This is how I want my relationship to be. And I hope that is okay by you. And if the person is uncomfortable with it, let them go. How can you be in a relationship where you're saying your sexual boundary. You don't want to have sex. You don't want to do any of these romantic gestures or activities that will stir you up, sexually. And then this person you're in a relationship with is the type that is always mounting pressure. Oh, I miss you. Oh, your body. Oh, I want to hold you. Oh, I want to do this. Always, every conversation is about your body. Every conversation is about sleeping over. Every conversation is about sex. Every conversation is about, they call it sexting, or, let's just talk sex, and you're saying you don't want it, yet you're maintaining that relationship. Can't you see that it's a clear sign that you guys have a completely variant value system, and you guys have no business being together? So when your values are clear, it makes it easy for you to take certain decisions. You need to know this. When your values are clear, when you have principles, it becomes easy to take decisions. There are certain things that don't become a temptation to you. Why? Because your values are very clear. Let me tell you, if your values are very clear, that on no account, as a lady, would you sleep over in a guy's house, under normal conditions. On no account should you sleep over in a guy's house. All right. You have such a clear value system, and then you are upholding that. What are the chances that a guy is coming to molest you when you're not sleeping over at his house and he's not sleeping over at yours either? But you see, by the time you have no values, no boundaries, you do everything, you go everywhere, you permit everything, you get all the street experience. You get all the street experience. If you don't want to have those experiences, then let your values be clear and let your values be communicated so that those values represent your boundaries. If you don't want it, you have a right to those boundaries. Communicate it clearly. I hope somebody understands what I'm saying. All right. When your values are clear, it becomes easy to overcome temptations. Certain things would not even be temptation to you. Listen, if your values are clear that you would not go to club, you would not attend nightclubs or strip clubs, you're not going to come under the pressure of some random guy holding you, grabbing you by the waist and, just touching you in some kind of way. You'll find out when you are available for the kind of people in that kind of setting. I hope somebody gets that. You say, I don't want them to touch me. Yet you go to club and you wear skimpy clothes. How will a guy not come and grab you by the waist? Because that is what's acceptable in this environment. After all, that's why we're here. We came to connect. We came to hook up. Do you understand? So you don't want that, then don't go there. But don't deceive yourself. You go to the club and then you don't want anybody to touch you. You don't want to. So why did you go there? If you just wanted to watch something, put it on the TV and watch. Do you understand? So please be very clear. In fact, I'm going to talk about social boundaries too, and that would emphasize more on the kind of places you go to. All right. So I've spoken about your physical boundaries. I've spoken about sexual boundaries. And then, thank you for these points. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you for echoing these points. Your value system. Yes. When your values are clear, it becomes easy to overcome temptations. Yes. Yeah. Coach Abibo, good to see you, sir. Thank you. Your values should be clear and communicated. Oh, yes. Clear values, well communicated. Values shape relationships. Thank you. It's a club saint. You go club, but you don't want that. You don't want bingo. You just want to sit down. Why are you in the environment? You will come under the temptations that obtain in that environment. Okay, very quickly, let me talk about emotional or mental boundaries. Now, emotional boundaries help you to have emotional safety. You have a right to your feelings. Okay. Now understand me carefully. You have a right to how you feel. Before you can improve on certain things about your life, you have to accept them first. Now, if you have feelings of low self-esteem, right? For you to be able to overcome that, first of all, you need to know that this is how I am, or this is what I feel. You need to accept that thing. You need to be aware of it so that you can work in it. Okay. But don't invalidate your feelings because of anybody. You have a right to your emotional responses. Howbeit, if you discover that these emotional responses are not empowering, are not good for you, are not helping you to get the best out of your relationships, then you need to seek to improve on it. Okay, but there are many people who just judge themselves as the worst in everything. They don't see anything good in themselves. So they are always moody, they are always downcast, they are not confident. Do you understand? Now, first of all, like I have said, if you have identified any of those feelings that are not empowering, not making you a better person, you have a right to start working on them. Okay? You have a right to start deciding to get better. You have a right to tell somebody, for example, I don't feel comfortable discussing this because of what it does to you, or where it takes your mind to, or what impact it's having on you. You have a right to communicate to that person. Listen, I don't feel comfortable discussing this. Can we not talk about this? Do you understand? You have a right to do so. You have a right to let somebody know that, hey, I feel embarrassed when you talk to me or behave towards me in a particular kind of way. I feel belittled. I don't like it when you speak to me like this in the midst of your friends, or when you treat me like this in the public. You need to learn to communicate how you feel. Your feelings are valid. Do you know that there are certain things you will not learn unless you speak up? Some of the things that cause crisis in a relationship, many times, are things that people don't speak up about. You feel in a particular way, you hold on to that feeling, it begins to hurt you, and your mind begins to just go haywire. You begin to imagine all manner of things, and guess what? You, out of that feeling of sadness, you have an outburst, towards your partner, and that person is wondering, where's all of this coming from? Meanwhile, if you had just spoken up the first time it happened, perhaps you guys would have discussed about it and everybody will be fine. So please know this, your emotional boundaries, the things that make you feel somehow, please talk about them, and talk about them early. I don't like to have this kind of conversations. Let the person know. I don't like you referring to me as your girlfriend when I've not even told you yes. I feel like you're manipulating me. Could you just stop it? Yes, I like you, but I'm still wondering if this is going to be a relationship. Talk about it. All right? You need to talk. If not, someone will just be messing up with your emotions, messing up with your head, and you will be confused. And guys who are on this table, please, a lot of people don't know that how you treat people, how you treat people is you're actually sowing seeds, okay, that will come back to you, in different ways in the future. All right? If you just treat people anyhow for your own good, you take advantage of everyone that can be taken advantage of, you are sowing seeds for your future. If you dishonor people, if you are rude to people, you are sowing seeds for your future. Okay? Whatever seeds you sow, you will reap. It's a law of life. Whatsoever a man sows, that shall he reap. All right. So please, you need to know this. When someone communicates to you, your partner tells you that, hey, I'm not comfortable with this thing you do. This is how it makes me feel. Please make the effort to stop doing that thing. Make the effort to make the right adjustment. Edra says something there. So when you tolerate emotional trauma, it will build up and spill over to people around you. That is so true. You will begin to hurt other people around you. Okay, so please take note. You have a right to your feelings. I don't enjoy it when you talk to me like. Now, the truth is, sometimes some of those things may not be intentionally targeted at getting you offended, but for some reason, this is how it makes you feel. You need to speak up about it. If not, your partner may never know that something they are doing is hurting you. All right, you need to speak up about it so that they can stop it. Or perhaps they can explain to you what their perspective is, and you will have better understanding and no longer be hurt. Do you get what I'm saying? You see, so you need to speak up about it. Take note. Let me speak about the fourth boundary. The fourth boundary is your spiritual or religious boundaries. Now, this is in no particular order, of course. All right? Your spiritual or religious boundaries. See, this speaks about your right to your faith, your worship style, your beliefs, your religious beliefs, okay, and how you want to practice your faith. Okay, you have a right to it. You have a right to it. You have a right to say, hey, I like you so much. In fact, you look like you could have been everything I wanted for a partner, but we are not of the same faith. And for that reason, I can't go on with this relationship. Oh, yes, it's that serious. You need to know what your spiritual boundaries are. You need to know what your values are so that you can communicate those boundaries clearly. Someone tells you, oh, yes, he's a Christian like you. Oh, that's fine. But he talks down on men of God. He doesn't regard them. See that one, see Bele, now beer, that man just a drink, forget this one, not be pastor, that guy, man. You caution him, hey, please. I don't speak about God's servants like that. Please, I don't tolerate it. I don't like it. You cannot be talking about them like that and be around me. Please, I take exception to that. You have to communicate it. But guess what? When you don't know yourself, they will say things you don't like, you will laugh. You don't have to laugh. Hello? No. I don't find that funny. That's not a joke. All these pastors are always stealing church money. Pastors are rich. Members are poor. Pastors are... Hey, sorry, I don't tolerate that. No. If you don't like pastors, please go and worship what you want and go and choose who you want to submit to. But we can't be in this relationship. It has to be that clear. You don't manage those things. You don't manage them because it will go on and on and on. And if you get married to that kind of person, oh my God, you guys are you're just gonna have problems, because your spiritual values will be at variance. One day you say you want to give your tithe, he'll tell you which one is tithe again. Or they're just eating your money. One day you say you want to go for, you're having prayer and fasting, and they'll be making jest of spiritual things. Those are profane people who don't regard spiritual things. They don't understand it. That was Esau. Esau did not understand the importance of the firstborn blessed, or the firstborn responsibility, what it signified. He didn't know that. So when they told him, collect porridge and give me firstborn, he said, what is firstborn? Collect. Those are profane people. They don't know what are spiritual things. They don't know what things have spiritual importance. All right? So when you know what your own values are, then you make it clear to that person. Hey, I believe in midweek service. I'm not a Sunday Christian. I go to church 3 times a week. Yes, if you don't like it, that's your problem. I'm like that. Yes, I like every opportunity to go to church. I like to be a worker in church. Communicate it. Not somebody will tell you, you're always going to church, every day, church. Am I sure there's not one guy that is talking to you in the church? Are you sure? Am I sure that there's all those girls in your choir? I'm sure that's why you're always going to church. Because you have something, you're doing something with those girls. I know you're doing something with those girls. That kind of person can be your partner now. Because before long, if you're trying to please those people all the time, before long, what will happen is that they will pull you away from those things that are important to you. Okay, so you need to communicate those values. You need to know what those values are and communicate it clearly. Listen, this person could be everything you want, but are at variance with your spiritual values. That relationship is doomed from the beginning, because you guys will struggle about things that are the most important things to you. Imagine that you're going through a situation and you say, I just want to take some time to pray about it. And the person is telling you, pray. I'm telling you something serious. You're saying prayer. My friend, come, let's go and meet so person. Let them serve it. You're saying prayer, everything, prayer. For goodness sake. And for you, prayer is just important to you. That's how you solve your problems. I mean, you talk to God about that situation first before you take it to anybody. Do you understand? But by the time you're having a partner who doesn't regard your spiritual values, I mean, for you, that is a clear boundary. You can't cross this line. We can't go on. In fact, you can't be the one. No, it won't work. All right? So you need to be clear on your right to your faith, your worship, your doctrines, what you believe in, your practice of your faith. You need to communicate it clearly. And if somebody is trying to talk you down because of your spiritual values, then it shows clearly that this person is not a good person for you. All right? Now, there are people who may not have as much knowledge or passion like you about spirituality, right? But they are open to listening to you. They are open to learning. They are open to pick up. They never had the opportunity. So all these things you're saying is actually strange to them, but they are open. I want to learn. I want to love God like you. I want to know more about this, your God. That's different. For those ones, you expose them to the things of God. You expose them, make sure they are plugged in. to the same spiritual values that you have. Let them go through the teachings, let them go through the practice. Watch them and see them grow. All right? But you also have to be sure that it's genuine, not just something to get to you at the end of the day. All right? Let me see. Someone says a partner that does not respect your proper spiritual values and points is a red building. That's not just a flag, it's a red building. Ron, thank you for that comment. All right. So, oh yes, still on that point, I wrote something there. I say you have a right to not participate in any spiritual activity you don't believe in. If you don't believe in it, there's no need to do it because the person you're in a relationship will say you must. You guys have to discuss first. If it's something they're able to share with you and by understanding or revelation, you say, okay, yes, now I believe in this, I want to do it. But if you don't believe in something, he says he's a Christian, but there's this problem they're having and they say you people need to come and go and wash your head in one river. As you're coming to that river, bring red cloth. See, it's spiritual. We need to go for prayers. You have to go and bathe in the stream by 2 a.m. Because they call it prayers does not mean that it's God Almighty that they are praying to. So that it looks like spiritual activity does not mean you should go and do it if you don't believe in it. Hey, communicate. No, please. I remember I went to one church one time, and in the course of the prayers and all, they say, when you're coming tomorrow, bring sand, bring red oil, bring egg, bring. I say, what is going on here? What is all this? Listen, if you don't understand it and you don't believe in it, please don't subscribe. Okay, I'm talking about your spiritual values. Okay, so please don't say because you're in a relationship with somebody that you must accept everything that they bring to the table. You need to be clear on your spiritual values. You don't like it, you don't believe in it, it's at variance with your faith. Please communicate it clearly and don't even tolerate it. Don't even accept it for nothing. All right, that was number what? That was number 4. Okay, I spoke about your physical boundaries. I spoke about your sexual boundaries. I spoke about your what was the third one? I spoke about emotional boundaries. And then now this 4th one is your spiritual boundaries. Okay, let me speak about the 5th one, financial boundaries. All right, now this is very important, especially in this day and age where some people are just guy men. They get into relationships so that they can just collect your money and move on. Okay, in some cases, it's the ladies who are just materialistic, just what I can get from you. Okay, it's just transaction, in some cases, it goes both ways. Sometimes it's the guys, sometimes it's the ladies. See, you have to be very clear. You have to be very clear on what your financial plan and discipline is. Listen, I said something at the beginning, that there are certain of these boundaries that with time you begin to relax them depending on the level and the nature of the relationship, while there are some that are not open for contemplation at all, of adjustment. So something like a financial boundaries, for example, you are just getting to meet somebody. You guys are still at the beginning stage of your relationship. Okay, that is not the time to start discussing, everything about your finances, about your investments, about your business. No. In fact, there are certain questions the person will ask. You will block it. You will answer. Why? Because you don't know this person well enough. How can I meet you today and you want to know how much my salary is? What are you doing with my salary? You want to know where I'm living? Is it big people's area? Is it, you want to know, this car, did you buy it or did somebody, is it your former? Hey, what's all this? Come on. All right? So, you need to know how to moderate your financial activities without your partner, in your relationship. Some people get in a relationship with you today. Tomorrow, they're asking you for a loan. Show them bank, show them bank. Or what do you call all those people? Commercial bank. Those people that used to give loans. Show them those people. Cooperative. Show them cooperative. How can I meet you just today and then the next thing you need a loan? There's this serious situation in your life. I know if I can just borrow you 100, I'm not borrowing you nothing. I know you. You are not stingy. You are wise. All right. Some people won't like this thing I'm saying, but it's just the truth. All right. There need to be boundaries. You need to have an idea of what level of spending you can do at this level of the relationship. You go out for the first time with this person and they're ordering for the most expensive things on the list. And you're watching, hey, what's up? What's up? What's going on here? All right. Now, see, when I was talking about red flags, I said something about a stingy guy, that you should be wary of a stingy guy. All right. And I said clearly that a stingy guy is somebody who has the means and the resources and can clearly afford certain things that would make you happy and feel better, but yet they refuse to. Okay, now that's stingy. Meanwhile, they can spend on themselves. So there are some guys like that. They won't buy for you, but they can spoil themselves. But another person, I don't have. I'm broke. All right. Now that's different. Okay, but as guys too, while you are not going to be stingy with the lady you're in a relationship with, you also need to be wise to observe if she's just a materialistic person and is just out there to get everything she can get from you. Today it is buy me this, tomorrow it is buy me that, next tomorrow it is take me there, next tomorrow it is, there's this designer's bag or shoes or clothes I want, there's this perfume, there's this restaurant. Hey, if that's the vibe you're getting from her, you gotta watch it. You need to know, hey, I'm not getting into this relationship with you to go broke. So you need to know what your boundaries are. You need to know what you're not going to spend on. Okay. Another problem is that sometimes some guys are trying to impress. So things that they will not do before, they will carry their last card and go and do it. And then after that, Sakpa will come knocking. In fact, by the time you get home, Sakpa is posing on your couch, welcoming you back into the house, because the next 2 months you will have problem. No food to eat. You know how much you are earning. You are buying iPhone 14 Pro Max so that you will impress her. Sakpa is in the house, folding arms and waiting for you. We give you a big hug when you come back. You don't have to do those things. So you need to know what your financial boundaries are. Okay? Generally, at some level of the relationship, you don't even get into don't do any joint thing. No. When you marry, you can do joint. But at that relationship stage, why? Because there are many people who are just there to take advantage of the other person. We are doing contribution for something. This person always has a reason to not make his own contribution. Something came up. Emergency. Hey, my father in the village. Oh, my auntie. They stole my... Always has a reason to not make their own contribution. You just be looking at the person. They play and they watch you. Just they play. In Namigo, they contribute all the time and you don't get. You need to be wise. So you need to know what your financial boundaries are. Okay. I wish I could take more examples, but I want to move forward. I want to finish this today. This one is very interesting. Friends and ex boundaries. Friends and ex. This one I'm talking about now has cost so many people their relationship. In fact, it has given a lot of people problems in their relationship. You are in a relationship with somebody and yet you are still in active communication with your ex. You are still active friends with your ex. I don't understand what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you think you're doing. I don't know what you're doing, really. There needs to be certain boundaries. Now, am I saying that because someone is your ex, you should not talk to them again? No, certainly not. Am I saying that you should never cross paths with them? Certainly not. You might not even be able to determine that. Thank you. I am Icon. I'm coming to this point. Male bestie for a female. Then for a guy, female bestie. I'm coming to bestie matter. Thank you very much. So, the fact that the person is your ex does not mean you would never set your eyes on them again. But listen, you need to be able to sever that emotional cord with that person. You need to be able to starve that emotional attraction. You need to starve it to the barest minimum. You need to kill it if possible. Okay? Especially when you guys were sexually involved. All right? You need to know how to put an end to those flames. You know the kind of conversations you used to have that will turn you on. You know the kind of places you used to go together that will turn you on. You know the kind of memories you share that, will take you back to where you're coming from. And yet you are still tolerating that influence in your mind, in your mental space. Can't you see that you're doing yourself danger? So please, if the person is X, let them be X. Let them be in your past. Let them be in your past. Focus on your future. Focus on your current relationship. Even if you're not in a current relationship, don't go back to that ex. That is an example of what you should not have or what you should not do. Face front. Okay? So you need to have very clear boundaries. What's acceptable? What's acceptable to you? You say, no, I don't mind. Well, this is ex. They are just talking. And there's nothing going on between them. But they are very good friends. Okay. Oh, what? Okay. You have to be clear. All right? If you are not having anything to do with that person, then you have to reduce that communication. It has to be strictly on essentials. If not, forget about it. Now, I'm saying this because there are certain people that maybe you work in the same place. For those who used to date people in the office, I don't know. You work in the same place, then you now dated yourselves, and then you broke up, but you're still seeing yourselves every day. So it's not like you can run away from the person. Do you understand? In that case, what will you do? The person is still there, but you have to sever that emotional cord, that bond. No, you have to sever it. You have to starve it. You have to keep that relationship professional. How are you? Good morning. All right, bye for now. Thank you very much. That's an official conversation. Can we just have lunch together? Oh, no, I'm afraid not. We can't. Can I drop you off? No. Can I pick you up? No. Thank you for the offer. Don't even create that space. Don't. Because before you know it, you start rekindling those old flames. And it will take you to where you don't want to go. And then you start crying, oh, God again, God again. Oh, I say, oh, look at me. I said I will not do this. It's taking you to where you don't want to go to. Okay? So please, for what is worth, all right, you need to be very clear, have very clear boundaries with your ex. Don't go back there. Don't go visiting. Don't go talking. Don't be talking midnight call. Don't stop all those things. And let me just say this so I don't forget it. For those of you who are experts in calling people that are not your partners for long hours, in the night, I don't know what you are doing. You say, no, we are just friends. Talk normal talk and move on. Why is it in the night you people now be talking everything, bedroom voice and all those, how are you doing, what are you putting on? You be talking very useless talk. That's how you start giving each other ideas. You will get into a relationship, you will never know you're in a relationship. Why? Because communication builds feelings and attraction. Yes, it does. So if you're not in a relationship, what are you guys doing? Talking every time in the night. Before you know, you will fall in love. You will fall in love. That love that they fall in, no, not the real love. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? It's only your partner that you should be talking with late at night. If the person is not your partner, have a nice conversation about every other thing and know where to stop. Know where to stop. It's part of the boundaries we're talking about. I mean, somebody can't just be calling you at 10 p.m. and say, how far are you, Charles? I'm just feeling so bored. I just wanted to just say, can we just gist a little? No, we cannot gist a little. What are you doing now? Nothing. You have a right to be doing nothing right now. Yes. And if you're not doing anything now, let's just talk. No. Okay, bye. You have a right to cut your phone. It's your phone. You don't have to pick it. All right? Some people will just be going and going and going. Before you know it, 1 hour, 2 hours. Hey, they're not about to stop. Hey, you have to know where to stop. For me, sometimes, the first day you have that kind of call and I allow it, no problem. After that day, check whether me and you will discuss more than 5 minutes. It will not happen. Hey, no, I'm sorry. Yeah. Let's talk later. Let me call you back later. It's not happening. All right? So please, because this is how people start getting into problems. You're in a relationship with one person, you're spending long hours on the phone with another person. Who really are you in a relationship with? This or that? Okay, I said something about friends, so let me also talk about friends. So what kind of friends are acceptable to you in this relationship? Now, see, you are in a relationship with somebody, by the way, who's supposed to have the same values with you. Yet, all the friends around that your partner don't share in your values. How are they even his or her friends? Can't you see that they will lead that person astray in just a matter of time? You say you don't believe in drinking and smoking, for example, drinking alcohol and smoking, okay, but your partner and all his or her friends believe in drinking and smoking. It's just a matter of time. Or your partner says he doesn't believe in taking alcohol, but all his friends are alcoholics and he's always hanging out with them. He may not be able to always resist the temptation. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what kind of friends are acceptable? And that is why some people tell certain people they're in a relationship with that, hey, you know what? I'm not comfortable with this guy you call your best friend. And I don't even know how he's your best friend in the first place. Because you guys don't look alike. I mean, what's up with this? Oh, are you faking whatever you're faking from me? You need to be sure. How can you say you are a firebrand, hot Christian brother, but your best friends spend every other night in strip club, and once in a while you just accompany them because they're your guys, just my guys, and I don't like the place. I just my guys. I just sit down, I just take a drink. They will come and give you lap dance just now. You will know that you're in an environment you should not be at. No, I did not know. When they give you that lap dance, before you know, body go begin to respond. If you know, you know. And then you will start having ideas. Tomorrow you will go again, and then before you know, you're booking a room. The Bible says, don't be deceived. Evil communication corrupts good manners. If the friends of your partners, if you're not comfortable with them, please communicate to your partner. You have a right to say that. You have a right to do that. If you're not comfortable with those friends, tell him or tell her, see, do you know that this relationship could end because of your friends? Yes, is that serious? I like you, but your closeness with these people, I don't understand it. And it's not serving the purpose of this relationship. It's either you will go with your friends or this relationship is not meant to be. Don't worry. We find somebody that will like you and your friends. But me, I don't like them. I don't accept them. I don't approve of them. And listen, I'm not talking from a place of insecurity, because there are some people, that one is their own problem. It's insecurity. That's not the one I'm talking of. I've addressed that issue severally. That's not the one I'm talking of. In fact, it's a red flag when when your partner is trying to cut you off all the important people in your life. That one is a red flag. That's not the one I'm talking about. But in this case, you know that these people you are calling friends are not adding value to your life that is consistent with what you call your value system. Okay? So you cannot keep them close. Let me move on. I want to finish this thing today. Okay, the seventh one is your social boundaries. Yeah, I spoke about this earlier. Okay, somehow. Your social boundaries. What kind of places would you not go to? What kind of occasions will you not attend? And do you not subscribe to? They say, oh, the company is having our end of year party. Okay, we're going to do it in 3 phases. There will be the general dinner, and then there will be and then the last night we're going to have what we call a pajamas party. All right, and we're going to have a party, and the dress code is no bra and pants, guys, boxers and t-shirt. Oh my God, there's going to be a lot of liquor, and you're just going to get high and just going to enjoy yourself. It's true that it is company event, but uncle, auntie, if it is not in line with your value system, you don't have to go. I remember going for an international conference once, and on the last day of the conference, this thing I'm telling you happened, on the last day of the conference, the dress code of the party was come in your pajamas or nightwear without bra and pants for the girls, and for the guys, as much as possible, just come as easy as possible. And of course, there was an NGO that was supporting the event with lots of free condom. Tell me what I am looking for in that party that night. Do you understand? So the fact that it's a company-wide occasion does not mean you must participate if it is not in line with your values. So, social boundaries. What kind of places are you not going to go to? What kind of people are you not comfortable interacting with? Okay. Oh, speaking of social, let me not forget social media. It's not every challenge that you will jump on. Put your hand on my shoulder. You have boyfriend. You are doing put your hand on my shoulder. Very erotic performances for the world. And you're in a relationship, in a serious relationship with somebody that wants to marry you. You don't know what is doing you. Well, some people will be proud of you. That's fine. If both of you have the same value system, that's good and fine for you. But for goodness sake, you should know what things are boundaries. You should know what things are boundaries. What you are posting on social media, what you are liking, what you are subscribing to, hey, have sense. Anything that is going to give you negative ideas concerning the values of your relationship, you need to avoid those things. On social media, everything trends. Tomorrow, somebody can come out now and say you should do sex style as a video reel, and you see people doing it, and then you will carry yourself and jump in on it. Come on, what are your social boundaries? You don't jump in on every challenge online. You need to have restrictions. There's certain things you shouldn't do. Okay, some people, their own is just flirting. They flirt they just flirt for a passion. They flirt for a living. You have a serious relationship, but yet you will start telling that girl all manner of nice things. You start leading her on. You start, all the romantic gestures. Meanwhile, you're in an active relationship. Oh, God, stop all those things. Or sister, stop it. Whoever it is that is involved. You need to know what those social boundaries are going to be. And you guys must define these things. Okay? Now, there are some people who naturally are very friendly people. They hug everyone. See, me, I used to be a huggy too. In fact, now I still have a lot of hugs in me. I they hug as I be hug. Do you understand? But you will hug with brain. You will know how to hug. There's how to hug and not how not to hug. It's not everybody that you see that you be hug, you wrap them, collect everything front. Have fun now. You can hug with side. You can put one on shoulder. Hey, how are you? A long time no see. Or you can hug that type that they call SU hug. You hug like this. Hey, I miss you. Not that you just hug and they grab everything and collect what they are not giving. Do you understand? Someone says passionate flirting should be our next topic, huh? Okay. Maybe we'll look at that. CFI hug versus deeper life hug. See, have sense with your hug. There are some hugs that expose all your vitals. Come on. You just carry everything in your front and press against somebody. It's not fair. Somebody is giving the other person ideas. Somebody is tapping correct. Somebody is not healthy for somebody. You will receive hug like this, your mind will start going to places. Come on, you need to know how to refrain. Okay, these are part of the social boundaries. All right, I wish I had time to take some more. But let me just say this very quickly as I close this. Okay, the 8th point are the ones I call the deal breakers. All right, which one be middle hug again? All right, so the deal breakers, those are the no things. No to physical abuse, no to verbal abuse, no to emotional abuse. When in a relationship, you are shouting at me anyhow. No. It is not. Relationship end. For what? I make a mistake and you just say, are you stupid? Are you mad? Are you mad? Hey. What's going on here? No. Don't forget, communicate clearly and early. Clearly and early. He has not hit you, but every day he's telling you, if I slap it, and you are waiting for the slap to land first. Then you now say, oh, he slapped me, he used to slap somebody, I did not know he used to slap somebody. When you see those gestures, please receive brain and sense. Communicate clearly and early. But more so, run. Those are the no boundaries. Okay? Zero tolerance for infidelity. You are with me and you are pursuing every other person everywhere. Hey, no. We can't be together now. I will not manage it. No, unacceptable. Do you understand? So let me stop there for now because of our time. Okay, our time is fast spent. I spoke about physical boundaries. I spoke about sexual boundaries. I spoke about mental and emotional boundaries. I spoke about spiritual boundaries. I spoke about financial boundaries. And then the 6th one was friends or ex boundaries. And then the 7th one was social boundaries. And then the 8th one are the deal breakers, the non-negotiables. I hope somebody has learned something from this. I would have loved to continue, but we have to stop now. We will, however, continue next Wednesday. So please do well to join us again. I'll be so delighted to see you guys here. Okay, let me read some comments so that I'm sure I don't miss anything. Yeah, okay. Yeah, some people can blackmail with unforgiveness. Yeah, that's true. Someone says nag once and you won't get a second chance. This is definitely a guy, right? Okay, yeah, you forgive from a distance, but you run for your life first. Thank you, much very. Yeah. Official Trips Tipsy. All right, you've learned so much. Thank you for being around. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, thank you guys. So see you next week. I gotta go now. I gotta sign out. All right. Follow us on our social media handles. Please go on YouTube and subscribe to what we're doing. You can also follow my personal handle. I don't follow back on the Single and Ready Club handle, but I follow back on my personal handle. So you can look for Coach Maisie and then follow, and then I'll follow you back. We have several products that we're putting out there. We have courses, we have books that will help your relationship. We have our Red Flags book is out. Okay, we have 2 other books coming out very soon, Maximizing Singleness and Wrong Reasons People Get Married. Okay, they're coming out very soon in a matter of weeks. All right. Yes, this video will be saved to be on our handle and will also be on YouTube. All right. Hey, Presh Bell, good to see you. RJB, yes. The video will be available. Okay, so that's all for now. God bless you guys and see you next week. Bye for now.